Hi folks, Puffin here. Thank you for joining this magic spell and viral video to denazify YouTube's algorithm. Now, I'm not going to get into how YouTube's algorithm got nazified, whether someone decided to do it, but we'll just blame it on the algorithm for now, because that's what they did at Twitter and Facebook, I guess, a few months ago when they admitted that their algorithms were nazified. And they were like, oh no, our algorithms are nazified. And actually, that's probably giving them too much credit because they weren't necessarily shocked by it. They didn't necessarily even act like it was a bad thing. They admitted it, but I never heard whether they were going to do anything about it. Now, the magical spell part of this is why I'm wearing this silly hat. And it's just like a scrubbing bubble to magically denazify YouTube's algorithm. The viral video part of it is sharing information, encouraging you to share information, and to overtake YouTube's algorithm, which has been nazified. Now, I will get into how it got nazified when we just blame the algorithm. Like I said, I'm not going to speculate on whether or not people decided to let it stay that way or keep being that way, but certain people definitely decided to make it that way. Putin amongst them, Trump and Putin amongst them, and all the Trump Putineers are pretty much the ones responsible for it. Now, if you don't believe that, you can see any video on my channel for the last numerous months. Trump Putineer trolls have been trolling my channel, and you'll see examples of them being Nazis. Now, we know for a fact that there are real neo-Nazis in the world today. Charlottesville, Trump's base, basically, but you know, Trump might not admit that he's a Nazi, but he definitely uses Nazis to his advantage, just as Putin does through Trump. So that even if they don't admit that they're Nazis, using Nazis or rallying Nazis or appealing to Nazis is pretty Nazi. I mean, it's pretty much confirms that they are Nazis. Another thing that Nazis really love to do, one of their tactics, is to accuse other people of the things that they do. So, of course, if you call somebody a Nazi, you could be the Nazi, you know. I'm taking that risk because I'm strongly anti-Nazi and can see clearly that people like Putin and Trump are the Nazis, and so I'm clearly calling them out. Now, it just so happens Putin is trying to call Ukraine Nazis. Well, in his case, it's more of a hallmark of him being the Nazi. And again, you can trace that back to all the things, all the ideas he espouses, and all the ideas and expressions of things by his followers, the Trump Putineers, who espouse the same Nazi things. Again, examples in comments on my channel. So they kind of prove it in their own actions. And we know that they've infested various social media platforms to the point of making, their candidates, Trump and Bolsonaro and Modi and some others around the world, popular. They're all Putin puppets. And we know this, but we don't talk about it enough, or it doesn't seem to be common knowledge. It doesn't seem to be being addressed as if it's the truth. So we need to get it more out there, but we have a problem of these social media companies controlling the message in the exact same way Putin controls the message within Russia, so people don't know that he's committing a genocidal invasion, and they think, whatever he tells them, whatever lies he tells them, they think that. Well, we can see through that from the outside and say, oh, they're being terribly duped. But we don't see how we're being terribly duped by social media corporations that promote right-wing hate speech. And they admit this. They say they do it for maximum engagement. Well, you can just figure that out mathematically. If it's the maximum engagement, meaning it engages the maximum number of people, 80, 90% of people, to say horrific right-wing things, they promote those things to engage the most people, meaning by far we are the most numerous people, the people who are outraged by things that they promote. That's their business model. Now they're going to blame the algorithm. Well, we can change the algorithm. As I was saying, this magically is like a scrubbing bubble to change the algorithm. But as we spread information, the viral video aspect of it, spreading information will force them to change the algorithm / change the algorithm itself. even if it's an uphill climb or we're up against the way the algorithm has been set. And again, whether or not people at YouTube we know if people at Facebook were complicit in setting the algorithm this way. Like, I can't even get into the details of that. Twitter probably too, I'm not sure. But YouTube, I don't know. It could just be that the algorithm got infested by all these trolls who have numerous accounts. Again, see the comments on my channel. Will do different things to overcome safety and security and decency protocols online, and using these troll factories and uh, exponential influence that they have, that they've gained through already influencing the algorithms. They seem dominant, or they currently are dominant in the social media sphere. This is why all the people whining about gas prices or whatever is supposed to stop solidarity with Ukraine. It's not going to, but it's one of their tactics, and you hear way too much about it even in regular media, because the regular media follows the social media. So we can change all of this. We can denazify YouTube's algorithm. It's definitely been nazified by actual Nazis and by the people who don't admit they're Nazis but are spreading the same QAnon, Trump-Putineer, traitors to USA, traitors to Russia, traitors to humanity, Nazi propaganda. And it's all the same stuff. It's all interwoven into the same network. And it's not like all those accounts have to be banned. Someone probably should, but it's not like all of them have to be banned. Some of these people, you probably need to lead them out to, express who they are to catch them. But it definitely doesn't need to be promoted by YouTube. So or by Facebook or any of them. Facebook in particular, I think we need to arrest Mark Zuckerberg and nationalize the thing and run it like the post office and try to have it transparent, the decisions they make. But if it's even a platform that people are using, I probably shouldn't bother talking about it because it's a dying platform. But there are things that we need to address about any of these things that favor right-wing hate speech and promote it just to get clicks or just to get reactions. That's not a good enough excuse, for one thing, and they need to be held accountable for the results of that, especially when people are dying for it. So thanks for watching and sharing, participating in the spell, and yes, we will denazify the platforms from YouTube's machine algorithm to all the other machine algorithms. People will win, and we'll get machines to actually do good things, because there's nothing wrong with the machines unless people let them go wrong, or bad people infest them, as they have in this case. Thanks for watching, sharing. Love you forever. See you soon.